talking about things that is completely out of our control or our this thing, and you are mentioning Igboho to the extent you are carrying his picture. That man should be sued. He knows what he's doing. That man should be sued. Of course. He's a very stupid old man. A very stupid old man. Ó yẹ kí immigration of a party border lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Kọ́kọ́ announce pé wọ́n pa o. Pé wọ́n gbowó ṣe wọ́n Nàìjíríà máa ń pààyàn ní wọ́n máa ń pààyàn jáde. Comparing Igboho with Gumi. Are you sick in the head? If you don't have nothing to say or nothing to something to write about, then stay away. Do not get involved. Tó bá tẹ̀lé tọrọ Sunday Igboho, please never in your life and come out and put some stupid right up on top of the computer and come and talk about.
Professor Moyo, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ ń complain nípa Nàìjíríà. Ṣé Nàìjíríà tẹ complain nípa yẹn? Ṣé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ dá Amẹ́ríkà? Ṣé Nàìjíríà yẹn ti wá dání? Because I have been to Nigeria. I have been to Nigeria. I am still in Africa. So I am confused. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ń béèrè pé what actually is your true agenda surrounding this information that you are putting out to the public? When people are saying that they are not Nigerian, you are defending Nigeria and asking Igboho, I wish he was kidnapped and they realized the importance of Chief Sunday Igboho Eshegoni Babawa Osho. Let's go back quickly to the article. Mr. Okedeji. Now, this is where I tell many of you, he can criticize passport. He has a Nigerian passport that allows him to get into Africa, but when he's going back, he has his United States citizenship passport. It's a dual citizenship. As he's carrying a Nigerian passport, he has also, I believe, because he mentioned that he was going to do, I think out of the article that I read then. So by visa, I don't know, but the fact that is a dual citizenship. So Pemi Noba sọ pé I am a dual citizenship. I have a Yoruba passport. Why are you complaining about it? Kí ló ń bí ẹni nínú nìyẹn? Why are you upset that we have decided that we want to call ourselves an indigene of Yoruba and we have that passport? So even if that passport doesn't take us to anywhere, it is still our passport and we should celebrate it rather than condemn and criticize it for those that are doing so. Mr. Okedeji Moyo, a dual citizen of Nigeria and United States, on Tuesday evening, chronicle his ordeal at the hands of Nigeria immigration and the police officer as he journeyed from Ghana by road into Nigeria. Mr. Okedeji, who teaches art history at the University of Texas at Houston, US, said his trip from Accra, Ghana, through Aflo in Togo and Port Novo in the Benin Republic was smooth until he arrived at the Nigerian border at the Seme around 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Everything went well in Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic until I stepped into Nigeria. The first immigration checkpoint that we encountered was at the Seme border on the Nigerian side. One of the immigration officers took a look at me and said, "Calm down, Oga." To cut the long story short, they robbed me, $500 from me, Mr. Okedeji said on his Facebook page. How I was robbed in a telephone interview with the Premium Times on Tuesday night. Mr. Okedeji said the immigration officer took his hand luggage with the money he bought from the US. Their excuse was that they wanted to search it to see if it contained contraband. He said the officer asked for his Nigerian passport, which he admitted had expired. Yes, I know that he said something about his passport. The officer said it was an offense for me to enter the country with an expired passport. I apologized, but they wanted none of that. They said I had to settle them. They had my wallet containing the money I brought to spend in Nigeria. They saw two $20 notes, and I said I need to give them this note, otherwise they will seize all the money in the wallet. And they take me to their office to make a statement. The distraught academic said he eagerly gave the immigration officer $40. They gave me back my things, but when I counted my money later, $500 was missing. The same professor is talking about Nigeria is a fantastic place. When contacted by our reporter on Wednesday, the spokesman for the Nigerian Immigration Service, blah, 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 blah. So you got the gist. This was just in 2023. This man was almost killed, robbed of his hard-earned money. But the same man today is coming back to say Igboho should contest for governorship and Nigeria is a good place. But the most important part is he decided to use Igboho's picture along with Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ rántí máa yẹn. I did a full program in support of why he was almost killed. Tẹ́ bá rántí, we did a good program. So if I come out tonight and anybody say, Koiki kí ló dé tó ń jáde fún bàbá yìí, I have the right to respond back to his article or whatever he wrote on the Facebook. Especially it pertained to Yoruba Nation. We're not asking him to support it. He said he asked before, Pamo, they support more. But the fact that he's asking Igboho to become the governor, and he's also saying Igboho is a terrorist, because you add terrorist to Igboho, you are indicating that Igboho is a terrorist. What a great time to be alive. At least we know who is who, and record will judge every single one of us. Record will judge every one of us. Let's move swiftly forward and read some of the comments that came under that post. Quite a few number of comments. I will say as much as what we can read out of it. Eleni, if we should call AA both Charlie Boy and Bado aren't typical example of what Lagos metropolis of today should want to showcase. Charlie Boy seems a cross-dresser, calm, whatever, though full of talent, is somehow portrayed seemingly dark side of some sort. Bado, well-talented and successful, but a music producer by him is all about ass, breast, money, careless, reckless, vulgar lyrics, misuse of expression that promote negative vibes to the youth, adding no value to the society. So what is the problem? Erase both of them and name the street whatever. Integrity Street, Righteous Street, Honesty Street, Clarity Street, blah, blah, blah. Professor Moyo replied back under that post. My brother, you nail it, Jare. What is the intention? Movekema follow response. Yo, this is him now replying back to some of the comments on his Facebook yesterday. Only my brother, you nail it, Jare. I love both Charlie Boy and Bado, but I don't like either of them too much. The issue, however, is not about them. Name the bus stop Unity bus stop. It still doesn't stop the ethnic tension that daily grows in Nigeria. There was another reply. Okpolore kò ní dàrú. You make sense, walai. The next person came up again. Olademiji Baderu sọ pé creating different nations is one of the easiest things to do in the world. It takes a single proclamation and a single day. Absolutely easy. It is all about the mindset, the willpower, and over matter. Ejagbo reply, Professor Moyo. He says, and I quote, if it were so easy to create different nations out of Nigeria, it would have been done already. There was a reply back by Soyonde Oluwagbenga. Olodumare did not create Yoruba to be an ethnic group or tribe. Emma will point to àwọn ọlọ́pọlọ, àwọn tó ṣe professor, bó ṣe ń dá professor lóhùn. Olodumare did not create Yoruba to be an ethnic group or a tribe that would be under any country. No, we were being created by Olodumare to be a sovereign nation that will liberate the entire black race. When you check your Yoruba national anthem, Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí, ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní iṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá, ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira, ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa, ìtẹ̀síwájú, fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. When you check the Yoruba national anthem from A to Z, you will understand this thing better. But our disobedience to this divine calling bestowed upon the Yorubas is the cause of our problems in Yoruba land and Nigeria. As long as Yoruba still remain in Nigeria, Yoruba will never be at peace and Nigeria will never know peace because our time to exit Nigeria has expired. That is the gospel truth, sir. You can consult Ifa about what I am saying here, sir. Because man, you believe Nipa Ifa that no independent Yoruba nation, no peace for the Yoruba people in Nigeria. Could reply any more. Let's go further. There was another person that called himself Oye. None of this is unique to Nigeria. India is far bigger with far more ethnic division, far greater social division and long-running insurgency. It has never witnessed a military coup. Or, like all nations, Nigerians struggle with contained centrifugal, centripetal pressure, and like others, it has a mixed record of success. Perhaps we need to see the glass as half full rather than half empty. The renaming of a bus stop does not change the fact that Lagos is an overwhelmingly cosmopolitan success, a thriving city where millions of citizens from all over the country have chosen to call home and they live legally in peace. So gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Igbo tó ń bá wa gbé àti Fulani àti Hausa àtàwọn Chinese àti Pakistan àti America àti British gbogbo wọn ló ń bá wa gbé by peace. Okay, true democracy is a journey, not a destination. We may not have arrived, but nobody can say that we have not made progress. There is about 14 reply on this. Moyo reply again, and I quote, "It is constable that we have made progress. When you are working in cycle, it appears you are moving forward when in fact ẹran tí pé gbogbo tó ń tọ́sí nǹkan yìí àìtí mọ kí ni reason tí Gumi picture ṣe wà níbẹ̀ o. I want you to keep note of that. It is constable that we have made progress. When you are working in cycle, it appears as if you are moving forward than in fact you are working backward. The matter is not democracy. For the sake of democracy, we had better medical facilities, school, industry, and agriculture facility in 1975 than in 2005. UCH was a better hospital, Unifair was a better university, Odutola was making tires, there were farm settlements in Oyo that breed local cattle. They are all gone. Is that making progress with democracy? Couple of reply back on that. Oh, we have made progress. We may not have made as much as we should have, but does not mean that we have made none at all. But because of that, we have faith that we can make more. Those of us who actually live in Nigeria know that we can be better than we are currently are, or we would not have stayed. We are the change we seek. He went further. I cannot dispute that some progress has occurred. The question that Okoso is asking still remains. Which way are we going? And he had to reply, Pada, a nation does not move in one direction only. It is like art, defining by perception, open to interpretation. Sometimes you go down in order to go up. Wasn't Rwanda reeling in the throes of genocide barely 3 decades ago? Which way were they going then? Then there was another person that came into the discussion, known as Babatunde Dada. Thanks, my professor. It is all the motion. No movement need to create nations out of present structure. We will bring the necessary progress to individual nations. And you have to reply, B, we should go the Rwanda route. Then the first person to only talk comments here, oh yeah, we did. We both fought devastating war. Rwanda learned, we did not. The reason an alternative solution is professor regional system, it will bring out the best in us. There was another person, as a bus stop occurred unofficial. So there was more. Professor Moyo again came back. And who knows what the place will be called in 10 years' time? Okosu asked, which way Nigeria were we going? Shobawale says, Okosu knew there is no way in Nigeria. Hence, in my view, inciting us to find a new way from the current, I am yet to hear of Yoruba enjoying benefit outside their region, like others do in Yoruba land. Sir, have you heard of any Yoruba being a director, special advisor, commissioner outside southwestern state? Not even a school principal. But ṣé ọmọ Yoruba lè jẹ́ principal ní ilẹ̀ Igbo? Please share this program. Ẹ bá mi pè Professor Moyo wọlé kó jókòó ká jọ gbọ́ intan sorry. Tá bá ti ṣojú òpó, he can call in and come and tell us why he decided to put Igboho picture around Sheikh Gumi, that is a terrorist known around the world, even Sheikh Gumi was banned from entering into what we called Saudi Arabia as he wanted to practice Hajj this year. So if tẹ́ bá ń wo program tẹ́ bá wà l'America tẹ́ bá ní number Professor Moyo ẹ bá mi send the link sí wọn kó wọlé kó wá gbọ́ intern bá wọn fà níbí báyìí tí kò dẹ̀ ń ṣèjà. Moyo came back again, agreed that Yoruba are the most accommodating, but you are the same person that told us in this your article that the Yoruba people are not hospitality. And I want to go back and read exactly how you said it, because I am not going to quote anything out of context. Everything I'm quoting is exactly what you said. And this is exactly what you said. This name change, the Orukoto change, has stirred significant tribe baiting controversy as it regards as demonstration of hostility by Yoruba people against the Igbo people that are residing in Lagos. But our hostile, and we have looked at the meaning of hostility just about some few hours ago, or less than, because we're just about an hour. I told you that the meaning of hostility is unfriendliness and people that are, not welcoming people. Are we not welcoming people into Yoruba land? Have we not welcomed the Igbo people more than enough? Have they not mo fẹ́ lo òyìnbó yẹn but òyìnbó yẹn kọ́ mi lẹ́nu ṣé wọ́n ti yàgbẹ́ sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tàwa ń tẹ̀gbẹ́ mọ́lẹ̀ kí ni bàbá yẹn sọ lẹ́nu náà àrẹ̀tí náà wọ̀ fẹ́ jà ọmọlúàbí ni mí nísìn tó bá jẹ́ pé nígbà tí ó ń ṣúkúrí lórí mi ni bàbá yìí ò ní jẹun fúnjọ́ mẹ́ta ní èsì tí máa fún wọn padà but ìyàwó mi màmá mi àtàwọn olólùfẹ́ mi wọ́n ní kí n calm down kí n ṣáà máa ṣe program but táwọn bá pè wọlé ní tó bá wọ́n lọ lè sọ and I will give that room for that. Let's quickly continue with the comment section on that particular post. Wọ́n ní kí n túbẹ̀ yẹn kà. I agree that Yoruba are the most accommodating and warm people. Their abundant natural resources located in amazing land provide them the illusion that they could accommodate all colors. Olu Martins, kindness of Yoruba towards other is not appreciated nor reciprocated. Yoruba think other tribe first. Other tribe thinks their tribe man first. Where is the balance? Àjọjẹ ó dùn bí ẹnìkan ò ní, but I said àjọjẹ ò lè dùn bí ẹnìkan ní, ṣùgbọ́n àjọjẹ ló lè dùn bí ẹnìkan ò lè fi tẹ̀ sílẹ̀. This is issue we have among ethnicity in Nigeria. This person went, Europe has found a solution. Nations are created along homogeneous and tribal lines. Another comment came all over again with two replies of Professor Moyo. This person is Omoba. Let us go regional. It will reduce competition to control the center. Let each region have a commanding say in their affairs. Igbo should go to the eastern region and build their own Lagos. That might actually solve a lot of problems, Professor Moyo. We dove a lot of problems, but for the covetousness nature of other peoples from across the Niger. Shegun Ladipo, I have always believed and convinced that the right system of government for Nigeria is regionalism. Prime Minister as the head of government, Premier for each region. This is far more cost-effective check and balance system for Nigeria than the phony, corrupt, and big government American presidential system being currently practiced. It worked all right, blah, blah, blah. And let's see if we get more comments. Ele ni Baba Moyo. Lagos belongs to everyone. The problem we have is many people do not know the history of Lagos. Those leading the country do not have the divisiveness many of us have. They interact with each other. Those of us who attend federal government college in the 80s and in the 90s do not hold this sentiment. We schooled with siblings from all over Nigeria, ate the same food, wore the same uniform, slept in the same dormitory without care of ethnicity or tribe. My siblings from those days are still my siblings and sisters today. We are still one. Quite a lot of reply on that as well, about 10 of it. You are probably those making all those noise in Lagos need to attend federal government college. Unfortunately, just a handful of Nigerians had the such opportunity. I strongly recommend that we should all attend federal government college. Nínú Nigeria. Emeka Idozi say, I like to call a spade by its name. Let's leave Charlie Boy for a moment. Let's dive into Ajegule. Someone should make me understand what the name change is meant to portray. Explain to me, like a 10-year-old boy, some of those streets are older than the people that are changing it, and then so bloody what? Omo Igbo. If you don't like it, go back to Anambra, go back to Inewi, go back to Enugu, go and support Biafra. When you come to Yoruba land, we will decide whether you want to come in by giving you a permit that will then checkmate you and fingerprint you. Don't like it, is your own cup of tea. Because of the present, so you can see now that there is, you can see that this Professor Moyo has created something in the line of putting Igboho as a terrorist. That's exactly what he has done tonight. But we have come out to say to him that Igboho kì í ṣe ọ̀daràn. And whatever the agenda you are all presenting against Igboho ahead of whenever he decides to go to America has failed. Because we know that when you put this kind of information out, you are putting information so that when Igboho wants to go to America, they can say Igboho is a criminal, is a terrorist. Igboho kì í ṣe ọ̀daràn, kò dẹ̀ jalè, kò dẹ̀ fàdíyà, kò dẹ̀ pààyàn. Kódà ìgbà tó lọ bá Sẹ́ríkì Gàngán, kò pa. I was there. Sẹ́ríkì Gàngán, I mean, I was not there when he first went there, but I was at home on January 2021 when Igboho returned back after 7 days ultimatum. Bí a Professor Moyo ti gbàgbé pé Aborode was just like him, a professor that studied in Germany, brought all his money back home, and eventually he was killed. Bí a wọ́n ti gbàgbé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò fàdíyà náà, Igboho fàdíyà, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe oníjàgídíjàgan, ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń béèrè fún, ó ní ká fẹ́ ààbò, ká dẹ̀ fẹ́ self-determination, ìyẹn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe crime. So that is our message back to Professor Moyo, and I will release the phone in a few seconds for those of you that might want to join in the discussion. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fi darapọ̀ lórí TikTok, I will let you come in as well. Before we go to Kemi Badenoch. Kemi Badenoch sọ pé, don't ever in your life identify me with that nonsense with a country, ìlú tó ní làákàyè, ìlú tó ń pààyàn, ìlú mújẹmújẹ tó ń pè Nàìjíríà. Kí ló dé, kí ló fà á, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣàlàyé fúnra wa lórí ìkànnì Koiki Media. Ẹ má ti sá lọ, ẹ fẹ́ni tí kò support wa rí, bóyá ẹ mọ bẹ ṣe fẹ́ support wa, ẹ tí wá bẹ ṣe fẹ́ support wa, ẹ wá kò yé yín, ọ̀nà tẹ́lẹ̀ fi support wa ó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ, àdúrà wà nínú ẹ̀, àmọ́ owó ó ṣe pàtàkì pé kí iléeṣẹ́ ìkórí owó láti lè máa fi operate, kò sówó tó kéré tí ẹ bá fún wa, à lè máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ eléyìí ká tó wá bọ́ sórí ìkànnì ti Kemi Badenoch.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ Koiki, mo ṣàdọ̀ nǹkan yín gbogbo yín pátá ẹ̀ nílà nílà fẹsẹ̀ tó sí bàbá yìí ọlọ́run á gbọ́ ti di ayé.
So òun náà ni a ti ń gbọ́ látẹ̀ nǹkan fáǹfààní èyí tí ẹ fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ẹ fún wa ní support yín kí a lè máa tẹ̀síwájú lórí iléeṣẹ́ wa níbí báyìí, torí iléeṣẹ́ yìí òun náà ni ó wà lára àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìdádúró ọmọ Yorùbá. A ti ṣí ojú òpó fáǹfààní ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá fẹ́ pè wọlé àbẹ́yìn tí ẹ bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. A máa ju líǹkì náà sínú ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí pé fẹ́ join ní broadcast yìí. Ẹ máa rántí pé títí kan stream tàfin stream tó ń pè ní StreamYard yìí, òun láti ń lò lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta nígbà tá ti wálé South Africa ní last time. Aripo da is costing us about $44 every month. We have a lot of other things tá à ń náwó sí, so tá bá ní kẹ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́, torí ẹlòmíà máa béèrè pé kí la fẹ́ fowó ṣe. Media need ìrànlọ́wọ́, CNN ò bá lówó kò lè operate, Sky News ò bá lówó lọ́wọ́ kò lè operate. Owó ni media fi ń ṣe operation tó fi ń ṣiṣẹ́. And we are asking you to please dip your hand in your pocket and support us, properly. Now, while we are still continuing with the program, we will still hold on to what Professor Moyo said. But there's another one that is fighting. He can attack Igboho indirectly, while he can support Igboho indirectly, even if she has not said out pé àwọn fẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Ta lẹni tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Kẹ́mi Badenoch. Kí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Badenoch sọ? Bọ̀yẹ́ ká sáré gbé àníyàn kan tó fi darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní kíákíá lórí TikTok agbọ́n tó fi sọ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn olólùfẹ́ wa àti release audio wa. Tẹ́ bá ti bá wa rí audio yẹn, ẹ make sure pé ẹ bá wa pín. Àwọn kọ́mẹ̀ntì wọlé tó ń lọ very fast. Bá mọ̀mọ́ pín ní First Bank account nítorí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ afẹ́ràn ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ Koiki. Àmọ́ bí ta máa fowó sí, a dẹ̀ fi lọ fowó síbi tí kò jẹ́ kó wọlé. Ẹ lè fowó sínú Opay, First Bank, UK account, PayPal, America account wà. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la fi ń gba ìrànlọ́wọ́. Ẹ bá gbọ́n sókè alàgbà tó ti wọlé lórí Twitter lórí TikTok kí ẹ bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tabalẹ̀ tó mọ Professor Moyo àwọn náà ní right láti wá pè wá sínú program wa àbí láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa kọ́ wá bá wa ṣàlàyé kí ló fà kí ló dé kí ló rí kí ni ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó fi di pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho Nnamdi Kanu àti Gumi lọ́kó papọ̀ lánàá. Ẹ bá gbọ́n sókè alàgbà ní kíákíá sà.
Ẹ kálẹ́ sà o, ẹ dẹ̀ kú ètò sà, ẹ kúkú lè dá sà, kò ní sun yín kò ní rẹ̀ yín sà, ẹ délẹ̀ lérí lágbára àṣẹ Èdùà, gbogbo àjọ máa délẹ̀ lérí ni. Nígbà tí mo rí tí ẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Professor Moyo, bàbá yẹn jẹ́ ẹni tí mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ gan púpọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí mo gbọ́ tẹ̀ ń sọ lálẹ́ mo wá ń wà surprise, mo shock, even though tí bàbá yẹn ò bá tiẹ̀ wá like Ìgbòho, ọ̀tọ̀ ni kéèyàn má like èèyàn, ṣùgbọ́n tó ò bá like èèyàn pẹ̀lú pé ó pera ẹ̀ ń professor tó pera ẹ̀ lé ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tó jẹ́ ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ àgbàlagbà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, èmi expect wípé tí bàbá ò bá tiẹ̀ like Ìgbòho ó yẹ kó lè like wípé ó ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn, pọ́ǹtì yẹn lásán ó yẹ kí bàbá lè like yẹn. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kéèyàn ní personal interest èèyàn, ìyẹn wà, bọ̀ ohun tí èèyàn yẹn ń ṣe jẹ́ ohun tó nẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ni àbí kò nẹ́tọ̀ọ́, ohun tó yẹ kí irú bàbá yẹn máa wò nìyẹn. Ká wá kúrò lórí ti olóyè, ó yà mí lẹ́nu wípé irú bàbá yẹn náà Professor Moyo wọ́n ń jẹ́ orúkọ Yorùbá tó dáa tó yẹn, kí bàbá wa máa sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì wípé bọ́n ṣe ṣéǹjì orúkọ àwọn àdúgbò kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ṣé kí ọmọ Ìgbò wa gba gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni? Nítorí pé nínú àwọn ìlú wa kì í ṣe Èkó nìkan ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n ti everywhere ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbò ń claim wípé àwọn ló ní everywhere, kò síbi tí Ìgbò dé tí wọn ò fẹ́ gbalẹ̀, tí wọn ò fẹ́ di ọmọ lílùú. Tán bá tẹ̀ wá di ọmọ lílùú, èwo ni pé kán tó wá máa sọ fún wa wípé àwọn ló ní ilẹ̀ wa torí pé wọ́n ń ralẹ̀. Tó bá lọ wá sí ìlú onílùú tó wá yálẹ̀ lò, ṣé ìyẹn ti wá mì pé ìwọ ló ti ní ilẹ̀ ni? Ohun tí ọmọ Yorùbá kan ò lè ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Ìgbò ó wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orí ilẹ̀ wa. A ní pé ká tún máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ tún ṣèyẹn wípé okay o, pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2023 ó wá kọ́ àwọn ìjọba wa lọ́gbọ́n, àwọn yẹn wá dìde this time around pé ohun tó ń bọ̀ yìí kó má di pé ọ̀rọ̀ ti Fúlàní ni wọ́n ṣì ń bátù títí ọmọ Ìgbò tún fẹ́ wọ̀. Nígbà tí Ìgbò bá ti ń sọ pé àwọn ló ní bí wọ́n wá ṣe òfin tó dá ní, nítorí pé àwa ní àwọn èèyàn sí Anambra, a ní àwọn èèyàn sí Imo. Ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ fún wa àwa ò débẹ̀, pọ̀ ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ fún àwa ni wípé wọn ò lè ralẹ̀ lọ́hùn, wọ́n máa ń list ilẹ̀ fún wọn ni, wọn ò lè ralẹ̀ lọ́hùn, wọn ò ní àǹfààní sí ohun tí àwọn ọmọ onílẹ̀ gangan tó ní àǹfààní sí. Kí ló wá dé tó jẹ́ pé irú bàbá Professor Moyo yìí la rí lídìí, ẹ má jẹ́ kí n lo language tó máa, because mo pọ́n bàbá yẹn lé, but gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ ṣe sọ between 48 hours kí bàbá jáde síta kán wá bá wa sọ nǹkan tán rí kódà èmi ò tẹ̀ lè sọ pé kán wá sọ nǹkan tán rí kán wá apologize fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní ohun tèmi expect nìyẹn because báwo lẹ ṣe máa gbé picture Gumi àti picture ẹni tó ń jà fún àwọn ìran yín ìran àwọn ọmọ yín báwo lẹ ṣe máa sọ fi compare Gumi tí wọ́n ń lé padà nígbà tó dé hajj ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó ká ní pé bàbá yẹn ń ṣe àgbàlagbà ni ǹbá mọ nǹkan tí ǹbá sọ lálẹ́ bọ̀ wọ́n ti ní ká má bú àgbàlagbà mọ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni sà ẹ kú ètò sà ẹ níjà bọ́ sà o.
àṣẹdùmọ̀ rẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa tí wọ́n bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà tábàtúrẹ̀ tó fẹ́ dá sí ẹ pè sórí ètò ẹ lè exit bàbá wa tó ti wọlé gbogbo nọ́mbà tẹ́ lè pè sí òun náà ní studio nọ́mbà wa ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́ àwọn náà ti wọlé báyìí ẹ bá wa gbé ohùn sókè ká gbọ́n tẹ́yìn náà fi bá wa sọ́sà.
odò àgbèwà kò ní gbọ́dọ̀ Mr. Koiki.
àṣẹdùmarè.
id ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti Italy. ẹ kú ètò. sẹ́rí at times tá a bá ní pé ká máa gbèjà èèyàn pé kàn sí aburú fún ọmọ Yorùbá at the end of the day tá a bá gbèjà wọn náà orí ọmọ Yorùbá náà tún máa pàǹdì lé lórí. ṣé gbàdúrà bàbá ló ń jà fún regionalism ń sìn ṣé wọn ò mọ̀ pé regionalism tí wọ́n gbà lọ́jọ́ sí wọ́n gbà padà lọ́wọ́ wọn so gbàtàn bá ń jà fi style jà pẹ̀lú fún regionalism ń sìn so tó bá tún wá jà padà tó tún wá jà gbà lẹ́yìn ìwọ́ ọ̀làsìn àti tún wá padà sí square one ìyẹn níbi ibẹ̀ yẹn. So another point tí mo fẹ́ mú jáde nísìn gbà tí àwọn sọ ọ́ sìn pé wọ́n change the name of street àwọn tó ń change the name of street ó dáa kò yẹ kó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá la máa go against here in the sense that gbà tí àwọn ọmọ Yíbo ti sọ pé Lagos is no man's land tán dẹ̀ mí ni ẹ̀ tán dẹ̀ ń sọ even wọ́n tún interview gan Charlie Boy gan nígbà tán yìí sì ṣe kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ tán yìí change the street yẹn ó sì insist sẹ́ pé Lagos is no man's land tí èèyàn kan lè lọ sí Anambra ọ kan lọ sí Kaduna kan ní no man's land sẹ́mọ̀ there are things tó yẹ pé àwa Yorùbá à ń accept tí ò dẹ̀ da ó kè é sìn gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń sìn kò síbi tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀ ti ní rí tán ta táìtù fún àwọn àlejò àwọn àtọ̀húnrìn wá at the end of the day àwọn ọmọ bá wa jà sí property wa èèyàn dẹ̀ lè blame wọn because orí nǹkan tí táwa náà ti ṣe nǹkan tá a kà kún olófa gbogbo nǹkan tí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa wọ́n tó bẹ̀ kí Yíbò lọ sọ pé Kaduna is no man's land ọ̀kan lọ sí àwọn sí Lagos ló máa kọ́ jẹ́ capital ni tẹ̀bí Calabar ló kọ́ jẹ́ capital wọn ò ṣe lọ sí Calabar kan is no man's land and àìsí máa rí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n máa sọ pé nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ yẹn wọ́n ní right kí ni right tí wọ́n ní but ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá wa gan náà láìkára wa àlejò la gbé lórí àlejò la láì òun dẹ̀ ló sún wa débi tá a dé lónìí yìí ń sìn òun ló sún wa débẹ̀ òun ò jẹ́ ká mọ ìjà tá a fẹ́ jà kí ká pé òmìnira ni kókó bá a lọ fún regional wọ́n lè dàrú padà Tinubu sì kò tí ì lọ́dún mẹ́ta within 2 years sísìn wọ́n ti ń gbé ogun jáde from both left and right and Tinubu náà lélẹ́yìí náà kò jẹ́ káwa gẹ́gẹ́ mọ́ ibi tó fì sí ọmọ Yorùbá kankan àwọn kò sí gúrùpù kankan tó yẹ pé kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ tọ́ máa nípa nǹkan tí Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe lélẹ́yìí o wọ́n sọ yẹn kó ṣe ríjọ ṣé gbogbo àwọn tó ń kógun tí yẹn wọ́n lè jẹ́ kó ṣe ni nígbọ́pọ̀ lọ́lẹ̀ pé ká jà fẹ́ tọ́ wa ká ṣe nǹkan lẹ́ẹ̀kan everything kó yọrí sí rere everybody máa lọ tó bá fẹ́ jà náà ní kán bọ́ síta ká jàjà yẹn everybody máa lọ dáadáa ká tó á máa ìjà tó yẹ ká jà lónìí ká tó ti sọ́jọ́ wájú mi ọjọ́ ogun la fẹ́ tì dé bàlá tó fẹ́ gbé nǹkan kan rere ṣe fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa fún ilẹ̀ wa kò dá bẹ́ẹ̀ kí máa yí kan ronúpìwàdà because ìgbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí wọn gbogbo àlà ń bá wọn yọ̀ tó ń sìn ká máa ní pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn wọn gan ó yẹ kó mú wọn lọ ni ṣé ó yẹ kó mú wọn gan lọ ní àmọ̀ pé èèyàn burúkú báyìí ni wọn so because èèyàn mọ ọ ní àròkàn ló ń fẹ́ kún àsundà sígbà táwọn náà bá ń rò nǹkan tó fojú wọn rí sẹ́yìn wọn àánú ó yẹ máa ní ìgan tó yẹ pé fúlàní gan ti pa ìgbà tó wá àtáàkì ilé wọn àmà ni tó gbogbo eléyìí gan wọn ò ní máa kọrú nǹkan báyìí náà because gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn ń sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn yẹn ń sìn kò rí oníkan tó jẹ́ kó máa yé wa ń sìn tó padà sí region anybody sí gbogbo bá a ṣe ń ṣe iná láì sí máa ṣe a lè secure ara wa sẹ́ni wọ́n padà lọ sí region ká lè kó lè protest abẹ́ sọ pé kí haúsá fúlàní pé kán má wálẹ̀ wa ni kán má ṣe tó wà ní federal law náà la máa lò so a ní láti gbọ́ pọlọ nílẹ̀ ká ro the best thing the best way ká dẹ̀ follow ẹ̀ kò ṣe regional things of the past ni kò yẹ ká tẹ ronú lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ kò yẹ ká ronú lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ òmìnira kí ni kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú region nígbà tá à ń ṣe nǹkan tó contribution mi nìyẹn Mr. Koiki máa bẹ́ tó bọ̀.
ṣùgbọ́n ni mo dúpẹ́ ìjọba ìtàló ọ̀dà àpá tó léyàn kan tó wà ní orí ìdúró tó fẹ́ gbéra wọlé mo kí ọgbà èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá a sì ń jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn respond sí eléyìí ká tó wọnú ti Kẹ́mi Badenoch ní ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá identify òun as Nàìjíríà kó má jẹ́ fún ìgbà sí ní o ẹ bá gbóhùn sókè bàbá wa Adédèjì ẹ ti wọlé sà.
ẹ kálẹ́ brọ́dà mi Koiki ẹ kú ètò tí gbogbo wa ń ṣe náà ni fẹ́rí ti máa ilẹ̀ kan pé orúkọ ẹ̀ gan máa fẹ́rí kò dìgbà tí èèyàn bá kó irun funfun jọ kéèyàn tó ní ọgbọ́n ní orí torí máa yẹn ti ju ògúlùtù lù wá àwa náà nídìí láti ju ìdárọ̀ lu òun ní gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ka tó ń kọ yẹn ó ti ju ògúlùtù kò dìgbà tí èèyàn bá lọ sí tó jẹ́ pòfẹ́sọ̀ tó ní ọgbọ́n lórí dáadáa bíi bàbá Akíntóyè ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ pòfẹ́sọ̀ ló wà tó yẹ pé wọn ò ní ọgbọ́n lórí dáadáa téèyàn bá ti pẹ́ jù ní àbúrọ̀dù yẹn tó ti ní irun funfun bíi ti bàbá yẹn òtútù ti máa kó wọ̀ ní ọpọlọ bàbá yẹn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ first of all kí bàbá yẹn kọ́ fún wa ní definition country nǹkan tó ń pè ní country nǹkan tó ń pè ní nation tó bá ti lè fún wa ní definition ẹ̀ á jẹ́ pé ó mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ but tí ò bá ti lè fún wa ní definition country kò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ Nàìjíríà ò kì í ṣe country ṣé country ní Nàìjíríà ni Nàìjíríà is a dumpy area kì í ṣe country máa yẹn kò mọ nǹkan kan tó ń sọ rárá ìkan tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti nígbà tó wá lọ́jọ́ yẹn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti gbé tó ti pa tó ń gé orí ẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ tó ń gé ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ tó ń gé irùngbọ̀n ẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ ìgbà yẹn ní bá mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ó wà òkè fún òun níbi tó wà yẹn kò ṣe máa bọ̀ nílé kó wá ṣe farm sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń bẹ̀ yẹn kó dẹ̀ máa monitor ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ kí n fún ní 6 months bóyá àwọn Fúlàní ò ní dí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ à ń ṣe Nàìjíríà Yorùbá ni wá ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá àdẹ̀wà one culture one language one people a ní right fún freedom wa láti kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú regional nídìí regional mọ́ àwọn tó wá fẹ́ dúró sínú Nàìjíríà mo ṣe jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá mo lè decide pé tí Yorùbá bá kúrò mi ìfẹ́ jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà mo ní right àti lọ òun náà ní right títí ẹ̀ ká bá ti pín kó máa bá ti Nàìjíríà lọ kò sẹ́nibọ́dì tó dì í mú bọ́ kó má máa attach olóyè Sunday Igboho mọ́ anything tó bá ń sọ tó bá fẹ́ sọ opinion ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ kò sọ or anything tó bá wù tó bá fẹ́ sọ fẹ́ anybody kò sọ tó bá fẹ́ kọjáde kó kọjáde bọ̀ pé kó wá máa attach ṣìfọlọ́sẹ̀ Sunday Igboho mọ́ nǹkan tó bá ń sọ yẹn àwa ò nídìí ẹ̀ tó bá ever sọ anything against olóyè Igboho again lẹ́yìn eléyìí a máa jáde fún àwọn ẹ̀ máa mú ti àgbàlagbà pé ó nírun fún òkúrò ń bẹ̀ torí àwọn àgbà tí ò bá ti ní ọpọlọ lórí bẹ́yẹn tí wọ́n bá ti mọ nǹkan tó dáa fún ìran wọn fún future wọn tó yẹ pé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀nà ti ń pa láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì nínú mọ́ọ̀sì ní oko ní ọjà tó ti ń pa ní àti ọjọ́ ìtọ́ ti ń pa ṣé àwa máa sọ pé Nàìjíríà is a good place for him to live kó máa bọ̀ kó kúrò lamẹ́ríkà yẹn kó máa bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó wá live ní Nàìjíríà kó live 1 year káwọn nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ṣẹ́gun ẹ̀kú ètò.
ọ̀rọ̀ ti jábọ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti bínú tán wọ́n ní Professor Moyo ti wà lórí ìlà ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ mo fẹ́ lọ sáré mú chájà ká má lọ lose communication èmi àtẹ̀yìn báwọn èèyàn ń gbọ́ yín lọ èmi náà darapọ̀ mọ́ yín láìpẹ́ yìí ẹ máa gbóhùn sókè àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Àkọ́kọ́ tí mo fẹ́ sọ rẹ̀ pé ṣe rí kì í ṣe gbogbo àwọn tábàtì bóyá wọ́n wà lẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́dì wọ́n kàwé ni wọ́n bẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Àwọn olùbí kan dàgbà ni wọn ò dánú. Tí ẹ bá ń pọ́ attention Nigerian government, tẹ́ ẹ bá ní appointment kan tẹ̀ lé ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa yàn án. Tó bá nìkan tẹ̀ lé torí mọ̀ pé èmi ò lè bẹ́ ní professor Mr. Moyo torí professor ò lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí lẹ́ẹ̀kan kàwé ní ẹ̀kọ́ pọ́lọ́. Ohun tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ fi pọ́n kẹ́ ẹ fi kọ́ pọ́lọ́ ẹ fi kó wọn mọ̀ jọra. Torí tó bá jẹ pé ẹ ń wá appointment kan láti fún un ṣe rí àkọ́kọ́ náà mi fẹ́ ká àwọn Yorùbá mọ̀ pé ó kọ Chief Sunday Igboho òòṣà agúnmọ̀wò ni tí wọn bá ti sùn wọn fi gbádùn. Òyìnbó tó bá fẹ́ wá ní orúkọ náà ti gbé ga èyí wọ́n fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ọlọ́run àrọ́bà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti rántí.
àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Á bà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti tìlétìlé.
àṣẹ o.
Torí ní ìwọ̀n ó kó nǹkan tẹ pósìtì fọ́tò tẹ gbé síbẹ̀ àti ráìtọ̀ tẹ kọ ibo náà ti jọra mọ́.
òye náà ló yà mí lẹ́nu pé ààrẹ gómìnà tẹ kọ gbogbo tẹ kọ ọ̀rọ̀ gómìnà jáde ńbẹ̀ ẹ dẹ̀ mú píkṣọ̀ olóyè ẹjọ́ ìrìn àmọ́ ti gómìnà àti Nnamdi Kanu ìyẹn náà ló yà mí náà lẹ́nu.
lọ́dọ̀ tèmi mo kákan wá ní pé wọ́n wá àtẹ̀yìn wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé tí wọn bá ti fi olóyè sí àwọn olè ká ṣàtẹ̀lẹ́sẹ̀ yẹn tẹ bá ní àpótí tẹ wá lọ́dọ̀ Tinubu ẹ kó dàrẹ́tì tẹ bá lo olóyè gé ṣe rí àwọn ọmọ ọmọ fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yìí wọ́n máa kó ìbùkún wọn báyìí o a ní ṣègbè fún yín o a ní ṣègbè fún yín àmọ́ ilé tá a ti ṣẹ́ àwọn àárọ̀ kan tẹ bá sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ bá olóyè jẹ́ ọlọ́run á bà ẹ̀ jẹ́ tìrántìrán.
àṣẹ o. ẹ ṣe tó àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá bínú ó dà ń pa ṣèléyàn kan tó fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí TikTok káwo kílẹ̀ náà fi sọ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú torí àsìkò torí àfẹ́ kí ètò yìí pẹ́ 2 hours ní and 20 minutes. Hello caller ẹ tó wà lórí TikTok.
ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
mo ti wà lórí ètò ìpalẹ̀ ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú sà mo across fídíò yìí kan ní tí mo rí passport kan ní nísìnyí ṣé Nàìjíríà ni passport yẹn ti máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ni.
ṣé Nàìjíríà ló ti máa ṣẹlẹ̀ bí ti báwo.
like ẹ mọ̀ mo kọ́kọ́ wo fídíò yẹn tẹ́ ní passport ti Nàìjíríà máa like tí ọmọ Yorùbá máa lò nísìnyí nìyẹn. identity ọmọ Yorùbá òun ni passport yẹn. méjì ni diplomatic ìkan wà standard identification láti fi sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá. Yorùbá.
ṣé ó yẹ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn.
wà like láti lè get ẹ̀ mú mi ni o.
ẹ máa ní láti kàn sí mi ẹ máa send message sí wa ẹ bá send message sí wa àá sọ bẹ ṣe máa rí gbà.
Okay.
Send message. Number mi wà lórí social media plus màá fún yín number mi tẹ́ bá come out of the broadcast nísìn àfi number síta tẹ́ náà fi pè wá.
Okay.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. All right. So that is those that are asking the inquiry for the passport. Yes. Àti rí àǹfààní pé àgbà passport tiwa lánàá ọ̀rọ̀ passport kò mọ̀ wá sọ ní èní. Professor Moyo àti Kemi Badenoch. I have less than 20 minutes. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré lọ sọ́dọ̀ Kemi Badenoch. A sì máa ṣe lè as probably maybe another full broadcast. But ká kàn yan ní kíákíá. kí ló fà á tí Kemi Badenoch, the conservative leader, tó fi ní òun ẹ má identify mi pẹ̀lú Nigeria? Why? Let's see what we can pick from there quickly torí àsìkò. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. So jẹ́ ká lọ wo kí ni sister wa Kemi Badenoch kí ni wọ́n sọ. This is a trending news in Europe, in UK, and across the globe. I no longer identify as Nigerian, Kemi Badenoch says. The Conservative Party leader, Mambo, see if I can record this as well quickly. Try nipe, torí a ṣì níṣẹ́ tó pọ̀. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré gbé Aziz wọlé ká tó continue lórí ti Kemi Badenoch. Ẹ má bínú sí wa torí àsìkò. So jẹ́ kí Aziz bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Aziz bá ti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ tán briefly, then we will return back to Kemi Badenoch. Please share the program and invite others to do so. Koiki Media live in its 2nd August. Ẹ bá agbóhùn sókè, bàbá wa, brother wa, Aziz Gbadesere ní kíákíá.
Media, gbogbo media. Brother mi, good afternoon.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà, àlàáfíà sà.
Kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o. Kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàsán ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ káàárọ̀ ní gbogbo rẹ́ẹ̀dì tẹ́ bá wà. Àbúrò yìí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti Miami East Dollar. Nǹkan tó ń sọ ń pa ẹ̀pà ọ̀bọ̀ ṣé Professor Moyo ni àṣé Moyo ni àbí Mayor?
Moyo, Professor Moyo.
Okay, yeah. But anything that we are so too much, but you already know the reason why I'm here, why I'm calling it. Mr. Moyo, Professor Moyo, anywhere to buy me. Well, first thing first, we want disrespect of hero to the meal. Igboho, Sunday Adeyemo is my hero. Whenever you hear, if you listen to this audio, do not disrespect my hero. Professor Moyo, how can you be comparing Igboho with Gumi? Are you sick in the head? If you don't have nothing to say or something to write about, then stay away. Do not get involved. To buy the editor on Sunday, please, never in your life and come out and put some stupid write-up on top of the computer and come and talk about this and that. No, it's unacceptable. We're not going to allow that. To buy your body clear, let's say, about the Yori last time, in about the money, put on a wherever, but I got them. What is the book of Wahala? Say what my comment, bullshit, or have a write-up. Mr. Moyo, this is your last warning, man, from Easy. Do not come out and talk about Sunday no more in your life. That's the last warning. Talk about the funny brown envelope. Take it to your family and spend it on your family. Do not come outside and talk about Igboho no more in your life. Let this be the last time. Omo Yoruba ló fún wọn ní yo, Professor Moyo. This is true and this is real. Tó bá ti ní anything láti sọ or anything láti ṣe, do not come out and talk about Sunday Igboho. Because I think my man here is anything to see, so you want to take advantage of him. We're not going to let that happen. Go anybody to go against Igboho. No exception. Ọmọdé ni àgbàlagbà ni. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá jẹ́ pé family Mr. Moyo tẹ́ bá ná ẹ bá ná ọmọ ń bì kan, tẹ́ bá yẹ neck ọmọ ń bì kan, please tell your daddy and your father pé ọmọ nǹkan tó lọ kọ́ síta is very wrong. Stay away from Igboho. Please, Mr. Moyo or Professor Moyo, stay away from Igboho. Let this be the last time. God bless the land and God bless my Yoruba people. Thank you, Mr. Koiki.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa, ẹ ṣé. Tó òun náà ni bóyá kí a sọ ti Kemi Badenoch ká sọ ẹ́ di ìjọ míì àti rí àkọlé pé Kemi Badenoch ní kọ́ máa identify òun pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà o bọ̀ ká fi sílẹ̀ lórí ti Professor Moyo. Bí mo ṣe sọ ìjà kọlá mú wá fún Professor Moyo, ìbéèrè àwọn ní tó yé wa náà ni àníkàwá bí wọ́n bí a tó bá tún ṣàtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ mi síta tá a bá bá pàdé àmúwá fún gbogbo yín. Bàbá pásítọ̀ ìyá wa pásítọ̀ mọ̀ ni ṣé olóyè Ìgbòho sọ fún Professor Moyo pé òun fẹ́ di gómìnà nonsense? Let's read some of the comments coming out of the broadcast this evening on the Koiki Media. Ká tó máa lọ torí àfẹ́yẹ́ kó ju 2 hours lọ. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa. Mo kí Ọlákúnlé, mo kí àwa Ọláwùnmí, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Wọ́n deport Gumi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ní 2025 ọdún yìí. Ọlákúnlé ní the same professor that was harassed in Nigeria coming in from Benin Republic bẹ́ẹ̀ ni that was in 2023. Adams Olamilekan ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko. Prince Adébáyọ̀ Ṣítù ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Mo kí bàbá wa Gbàdàmọ́sí, mo kí ní Ghana, mo kí ní Benin Republic, ní Cotonou títí dé Pòbẹ́ Àjàṣẹ́ ní gbogbo ibi tí ọmọ Yorùbá ń bẹ ní Cotonou pé Cotonou ní Benin Republic. Happy independence and once again mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yẹmí Fátókí mo kí yín. Ajíbọ́lá mo kí yín o. Ẹni good evening and well done. Mo kí brother wa Yẹmí Fátókí. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ lórí Twitter space and Twitter and Instagram tonight as well. So gbogbo ẹni tó bá mọ Professor Moyo pé kò yé wa ní o tí wọ́n mú Ìgbòho àti Gumi, àmọ́ tí Ìgbòho jẹ́, àmọ́ tó ń jà fún, àmọ́ tí Nnamdi Kanu ń jà fún, àmọ́ terrorist ni Gumi. Kí ni ìdí tí ẹ ṣe kó Ìgbòho àti Gumi? Mo kí Yakubu Jimoh, mo kí Isa, mo kí ìyàwó Bọ́lá Grandma Ayọ̀adé. Wọ́n ní having white hair on the head, máa nírun funfun, is not synonymous to wisdom. Being a professor and slaving in a foreign country is the height of foolishness. Having no identity is the height of foolishness. Mo kí Pastor Mo kí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ideally, we are all different indigenous people packed together in the Niger area. Òkìkí mo kí yín o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo bí ẹni náà fi bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ni. Ṣé fi bá wa dá sí ètò ní sà? Ẹ bá mute background ẹ ti wọlé. Ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ọ̀tún látẹ̀lé kápẹ́ mo kí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
Ẹ ṣe gbogbo gbà adúpẹ́dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, Ọlọ́run àtúbọ̀ bá wà pẹ̀lú yín, kò ní ṣe yín, kò ní ṣe ọmọ, kò ní ṣe ìyàwó. Ẹ bá mi kí màmá. Ẹ jọ lórí ètò táwa yìí o, Professor Moyo, ẹbí o mọ nǹkan tẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ mo kàn gbọ́ díẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ ni. Anybody ẹ má fi olóyè ẹ má fi wé ẹni Gumi kankan, òkùnkùn àtìmọ́lẹ̀ kò ń ṣe kankan náà o. Gbogbo alamọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. So olóyè Gẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run tó dá gbogbo wa, àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé olóyè ẹ̀mí atẹ́kùn olóyè làwọn ẹlòmíì fi ń mí. So èèrà ọgbọ́dọ̀ rí olóyè bó ṣe wà yìí o, kó ní kálukú ẹ jẹ́ kó rí wá pé bá ṣe wà yìí o. Ẹ fi ẹni yìí sílẹ̀ o, ẹ fi tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lè help wa, ẹ jọ torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ má dá sí struggle wa, ẹ ṣàrà fi wá sílẹ̀ bá ṣe ara ń ṣe yìí, ẹ jọ torí Ọlọ́run. Ní kú anybody o, but ẹ jọ torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ bá folóyè lọ́rùn sílẹ̀ o. Ẹ máa bẹ́tì lọ sà.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Fáǹfààní ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ṣe ń darapọ̀ pé ẹ mọ ibi tí ètò yẹn wá. Professor Moyo released an article on the Facebook yesterday and he was talking about while name change, the name change is stirring up significant tribe battling controversy as regard a demonstration of hostility by Yoruba people. Àti lọ wo meaning hostility, I realized pé hostility mean pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá are welcoming. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Òkìkí, ẹ káalẹ́ sà, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa sà. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
Professor tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé orí ń ta nígbà tí torí gbogbo rògbòdìyàn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, orí ń ta àbọ̀wò náà ṣé kò fara kónú ẹ̀ nígbà tó ń bọ̀ láti Benin lọ́jọ́ sí.
Ó fara kó.
Ẹ wo ibi kí tó ń lè wà lórí ètò ọ̀gbẹ́ni Professor jẹ́ kó rí ẹ pé o àwa ẹni tó fẹ́ máa ṣẹ́nu wọ̀ṣọ̀wọ̀ṣọ̀ sí yàn àwa ò fi ṣeré o yọba fẹ́ kàn nínú yọ Ìgbòho ọ̀run kò ní rán yàn iṣẹ́ kéèyàn tó jà fún o iṣẹ́ tó ṣiṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ òun làwa èèyàn máa fi dìde sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin olórí ẹ máa gbèpè ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti gbèpè kan ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú bẹ̀bẹ̀ sí ẹ̀tẹ́ gbogbo ìwé òṣì tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀ka náà ẹ fi ń dalẹ̀ Yorùbá lónìí òkú ló máa pa gbogbo yín tẹ́ bá ti ń tẹnu bọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ sinmi sójú kan òkú ló máa pa ẹnu mi wàá wọ mọ́tò kò ní délé ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí burúkú ni ẹ máa gbé tó lọ
ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti pẹ̀pẹ̀ báyìí. tó Professor Moyo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń béèrè pé kí ni olóyè Ìgbòho ṣe fún yín tẹ́ fi wá join ní terrorist pẹ̀lú ẹni tó kì í ṣe terrorist ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo olóyè ṣe fún yín ṣé olóyè gbàyàwó yín ni àbí ẹjọ́ dàwó papọ̀ torí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò yé wa ẹ ti bọ́hùn sókè Bishop Adesina ọlọ́àjà rí wípé ẹ ṣé gan ni a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o.
ẹ ṣé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èmi kàn fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn bá wa bẹ àwọn Yorùbá kan tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà yẹn nítorí I don't know they are out of the struggle already they are not in the struggle ọ̀tọ́ máa ti rí àṣeyọrí Yorùbá nation báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ jáde máa pariwo bí wípé they are part of the struggle there something you don't know anything about okay irú bàbá yìí sìn onírúgbọ̀n yẹn ó kẹ́yìn tó lọ gbé picture Chief Igboho náà nǹkan tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí about changing of street kò ṣe dárúkọ Lagos state government ṣé Igboho ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Èkó ni àbí ṣé Igboho ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà. There's nothing concern us about the politics of Nigeria or politics of we are talking about our own self-determination relating with international organization. There's nothing concern us with Nigeria. Whatever is happening in Nigeria, including the security of Nigeria, talk to Nigerian government. Nigeria have governors. They have state commissioners. They have everything politically structured that is handling Nigeria. We are outside of Nigeria working with international organization for liberation of our people and to reclaim, to take our land, for sovereignty of our land. Why are you talking about things that is completely out of our control or our this thing, and you are mentioning Igboho to the extent you are carrying his picture? That man should be sued. He knows what he's doing. That man should be sued. Of course. He's a very stupid old man. A very stupid old man. Ó yẹ kí immigration ti pa ní bọ́dà lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Kọ́kọ́ announce pé wọ́n pa o. Pé wọ́n gbowó ṣe mọ́. Nàìjíríà máa ń pààyàn ni wọ́n máa ń pààyàn jáyé ni náà. Nàìjíríà ń pààyàn jáde ni náà. Wọ́n pa olóyún wọ́n pa everybody. Tí ó lè dọ̀rọ̀ lóhùn pa tó jẹ́ pé owó ẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ra mú. Irú àwọn eléyìí ó yẹ kó ti pa náà. Ó mọ̀ wípé Nàìjíríà ṣe irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún un. And is a Yoruba person who escape ó tún sọ nínú publication pé he will never return to Nigeria again. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Kò lọ sọ rubbish nípa àwọn èèyàn tó ń jà fún safety and liberation of nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà gan. We don't have power or authority over it. Ẹ bá wa bẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà Amẹ́ríkà ní gbogbo wèrè yẹn wà. Wọ́n they are automatically cut off from they are in the West. They are automatically cut off from what is happening from Africa and Asia. They are automatically cut off. Even when you are talking to them from Africa about what is happening at home, they cannot understand because the system of America has reoriented them. Their orientation is completely off, different. Ẹ bá wa bí àwọn ọmọ America kí wọ́n máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation mọ́. Tọ́ọ̀n bá ti lè submit sábẹ́ operation bàbá Akíntóyè kọ́ máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. They are not with us. And anything against Igboho wọn bàbá Akíntóyè ọ̀pọ̀ whatever Yorùbá nation is doing under this new leadership, any one of them tó bá ti ń gbẹ́nu sí wọ́n máa rí ìṣòro. Wọ́n máa rí ìṣòro both legally, militarily and spiritually and everything. Wọ́n máa rí ìṣòro. Because alójú l'Amẹ́ríkà bẹ́ẹ̀ o a máa kí pẹ̀lú wọn o kọ́ jẹ́ pé Yorùbá máa bá Yorùbá jà o kọ́ máa já sí i. Thank you.
tó mo kí Bishop Adesina mo kí Pastor Agboola gbogbo yín náà lè máa rí bá ṣe gba passport wa ti presentation ẹ̀ but brother mi náà fi dá sí láti Amẹ́ríkà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá náà ni mo gbé wá fún pé kọ́bá mi wá gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí yẹ̀wò torí kò yé mi náà ni mo ṣe tètè gbé wá ẹ̀ka lẹ́sà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Túndé ọlọ́jẹrin yín pẹ́ ẹ̀ bá wa gbóhùn sókè kí lẹ fi bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ ti Professor Moyo àdúgbò yín náà l'Amẹ́ríkà ń bẹ̀ náà bàbá yẹn wà ẹ ti gbọ́ gbogbo àlàyé tá a ṣe látàárọ̀, ẹ bá wa dá sí sà.
Ó lágbára ẹ ṣeun. Ṣé rí mo wo program bàbá Sàtìsí kan lánàá. Ó sọ kàtígórì àwọn èèyàn mẹ́ta ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa tí à ń fẹ́ òmìnira fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó la wà lápá kan. Ó ní àwọn olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó ní wọ́n wà lápá kan. Ó ní àwọn elite ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n rò wípé àwọn kàwé ó ní wọ́n wà lápá kan. Ó ní àwọn elite yìí àti àwọn olóṣèlú Yorùbá àwọn gangan ní ìṣòro àwa tá a fẹ́ òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Now, this is one of it. Àmọ́ wá jẹ́ kó yé yín. Most of the ways tí àwọn elite tí wọ́n fi jẹ́ problem is that many of them are ignorant of the situation in Yoruba land. Many of them, they are very ignorant of the actual situation because race àwọn elite is individual success. If everybody is success, alright. I'm a professor, I'm a PhD holder, I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. That's all our elites. That's all that they care about. They are not thinking of collective progress. In fact, they are not even thinking of the generations that come after them. They only think about themselves now. So many of them are operating in ignorance, but they are also arrogant because by ignorance. They are very, very arrogant people because of the fact that they have a title. I'm a professor. I live in the United States. Bishop Adesina, I live in the US and I'm part of this movement. And I believe in this movement wholeheartedly. You understand? So, I want to America the problem. I want to correct that part because there are some of us that are in America that believe in this movement. You understand? More understand they are detached. And it over solenu but my message to Professor Moyo ni wípé into soccer coherent because the picture you are putting align pẹ̀lú topic nǹkan tó ń treat. If you are a professor and I invite you to present the paper in any of the conferences tí mo jẹ́ organizer, I will be disappointed in that presentation. So and that message should go to him because if you are talking about street naming, if you are talking about commercial tribal or ethnic profiling in Lagos, that's a different thing. Why don't you put Sanwo-Olu's picture? Why don't you put Tinubu's picture? Why are you putting Gumi? Say, kini Gumi ni ṣe pẹ̀lú street naming Lagos? What has Nnamdi Kanu got to do with street naming in Lagos? And if we are putting Nnamdi Kanu and Oloye Igboho because they are agitating, maybe because you are equally going into regionalism part of in your message. That's the reason agitation. If we don't want to put them down, why are you putting Gumi? Is Gumi in any agitation? Is Gumi for self-determination? Of course, okay, kini àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà nínú Gumi at Nnamdi Kanu at Oloye Igboho? And these are the questions that he needs to answer. Because many of them are arrogant and they are very ignorant and they need to be taught. Even they are ignorant people. Bó sí ẹ̀ rírí àtẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀pà òjòra wọn, ohun tó bá dẹ̀ jọra wọn, òun lèèyàn máa fi ń wéra wọn. Let them get it into their cause. Those of them that think that they are elite to know, look, the anger of the common people is coming upon all of them. Either they are calling themselves elite or they are calling themselves political elite. Whatever they think they are. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ronú ọjọ́ ọ̀la Yorùbá, ọjọ́ èní tí wọ́n àtàwọn ọmọ wọn nìkan ni wọ́n rò. Thunder with you all of them. God bless you.
Ọ̀gá o, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ láǹfààní àti ètò ta lẹ́yìn ká mú ìtókù. This is 3 Idris, brother mi ni Mayegun General is also supporting the